As soon as I walked in, my priority number one was let's check and see what we got. Boom, darkness. Okay, let's turn off all ambient light and let's see what it looks like. Boom, crazy darkness. Okay, just a couple days ago, I shot a wedding during the craziest rainstorm. Not only was it rain, but it was also crazy, crazy winds. So I'll walk you through the photos that I captured that I just delivered as sneak peeks. I will tell you my mindset behind each of them and kind of my choices. The specific wedding was taking place at a resort. Even though you were in the cover, the lobby was wet, everything was wet. If you were standing outside, you would get drenched because, as I said, the wind was whipping so hard, you would get pelted with rain. My main goal was to, first off, reassure the couple that it was going to be amazing no matter what, to get them to relax and just kind of be in the moment as much as I could, as soon as I could. Because when people are worried, anxious, and just feeling nervous, it's hard to capture them in a way that feels flattering. You can see people's emotions in pictures. So my goal was let them know and reassure them that we had this, we're gonna rock this. I wanted them just to let go and be present and have fun. So we started out with this shot right here, a little establishing shot of the chapel where they were going to get married. Fun fact, the chapel the bathrooms downstairs were flooded. There was leaks on the ceiling. So as the ceremony was taking place, it was water dripping halfway down the aisle. It's absolutely crazy. But there were troopers. They wanted to make it happen there, and it turned out beautiful. Because the travel conditions were so gnarly, I left with 2.5 hours advance, because there was down trees all over the place, flooded roads that were closed, so you couldn't get to certain places. I wanted to make sure that, first off, I was prepared to not arrive late, okay? So if you ever find yourself in a situation where there's a lot of uncertainty, I'll get there with plenty of time. The second reason I left really early is I wanted to get there with plenty of time to walk around and scout places that would be okay to shoot in, where we'd be sheltered enough that the bride wasn't getting pelted with water. To make sure you plan ahead, so have a plan of approach for what you're gonna do and bring the right tools to do so. I knew it would be playing in very low light, and I normally use my 28 to 70 2.0, but I did bring my 51.2 knowing that I would be messing around in very low light. Same for the 24. I brought my 24, the 1.8 just in case. I brought every lens that I could that handles low light really well. I brought it. And of course, all of my flash. So this shot right here, as soon as I arrived, I was about 2 hours early, and we got lucky enough that it stopped raining for literally like 5 minutes. So video team and I ran outside and got a couple establishing shots, this being one of them. I know the chapel was special to them, and that's why I wanted to have a pretty shot of the chapel. You'll see the black and white and color version of the photos. I do like to deliver both versions for my sneak peeks. Not for the entire gallery, but for the sneak peeks, I do that. Or any of the specialty shots that are in black and white that I know look good in black and white, I'll also deliver in color. But not every shot, just sneak peeks, and then select few in the gallery that purposely I want in black and white. Okay, here we go. Groom's room. It was super dark, crazy, crazy, crazy dark. First thing we did was turn everything off. We turned all the ambient lights off. We turned the TV off. We turned everything because it was so much color casting, especially being that the light is so low and our settings were being pushed so much. So if you look here, you have 1/25 of a second, 2.0, 5,000 ISO. Okay, being so that we're picking up so much of that ambient light available, I didn't want anything messing with my skin tones and white balance. Therefore, I turned off all the lamps and the TV, because the TV color casts a lot when you're pushing your settings that much. It's not a bright object, but when your ISO is really high and your settings are really wide open, then you're going to start picking up some of that color. I thought this moment was really special because I normally would have way more of an elaborate, like elegant editorial pose. But for me, this moment, I think, was going to be way more resonating with them. This is a time where as soon as he got his shoes on and his jacket on with his friends, I could tell there was a little bit of that anxious energy there from all the changes and last minute situations that we were in. So I thought it would be really good for him to sit down and take a moment just to be still, right? So I had him sit down and I told him, the only thing I want you to do is I just want you to get comfortable on that couch. And he asked me, oh, should I lean? I'm like, just settle in. And take this as a moment to just breathe deep, slow your heart rate down, clear your mind, and get excited for the ceremony that's coming. You're going to get to see your best friend in a moment and you're going to get married. So, this is a moment for me to kind of like slow things down for them and get them to sink into the moment and relax and get out of their heads and let go of all those worries. So, this is when I did that. And that's what I had to do. Look out the window and I capture this moment right here. If you look, this is a raw before. And this is the after, so you see the difference there. And then with my preset and editing, there it is right there, black and white version. There's another one standing. So after I felt like he was relaxed, I gave him time. We had maybe 30 minutes with each of them for getting ready, which was super tight. This is a shorter wedding. I said, as soon as you feel ready, we'll get you up. And he had a cool watch, so I wanted to do a shot of him putting the watch on right there. The cue was, I want you to stand and kind of turn to the window. So yes, that side light coming in, a little more depth there with the shadows on the body. And I just don't bring your hand up to your chest and just kind of mess with a clasp of your watch. And that's how we got this shot right here. And I will show you, here's the before, here's the after. So you see the difference there as well, how it was captured. Now we're on to the getting ready for the bride. This was, man, this room was even darker than the groom's room. As soon as I walked in, my priority number one was, let's check and see what we got. Boom, darkness. Okay, let's turn off all ambient light and let's see what it looks like. Boom, crazy darkness. Okay, couple of options. We have my flash, no problem. Nicely, the room walls were white, so I could bounce my flash and have light up the entire room, make it clean looking and soft looking with the light. So I set up my Godox V1 on camera with a mag sphere on top, tilted back towards the wall behind me, and it did a great job. However, this shot right here, I noticed the bathroom was really bright and had very even light. So all the ambient light was very clean. The white balance was kind of daylight. It was like that 52, 56 Kelvin temp, and I really liked it. Unlike the rest of the room was super tungsten. So I said, let's do the shoes in the bathroom because it had a vibe. It had a nice vibe. So we did that. Had her sit down once again. Just told her get comfy. Main thing anytime they're sitting down is back straight, shoulders back, so we're not slouching. And then I noticed her reflection in the mirror was nice, so we had her stand up and mom kind of mess with the buttons in the back of the dress. And I thought this was a nice one. So this is a photo of the mirror. So you're looking at the mirror here, which had like the really bright lights around it, had like the light strip. So this is a mirror right here, the reflection of the wall, and this is that magnifier mirror that's usually mounted on the wall right there. So I just thought this was nice kind of geometry there. So that's how this one looked. I'll show you the before here. Let's go before and after. Boom, and then same here, before and after. Just mainly white balance adjustment and such. For these moments, like I said, I just wanted her to be present. And normally I would be given a lot more direction. I'd be like, okay, I want you to like mess with your rings. I want you to like look here, look there. I knew that the tensions were really high. At this point, it was pouring outside. So I really wanted to keep the vibe as mellow as possible, as easy as possible on my couple. I didn't want to overwhelm them with a lot of directions, but I wanted to distract them with enough interaction so they weren't thinking about other stuff. So that's why you'll notice these photos are going to feel a lot more calm at the beginning, like unlike and some other getting readies. But I love the fact that it shows you what they were feeling in that moment a lot more than any other capture. Here's with the flower girls. I'm blocking the faces because it's children and I don't want to put it on YouTube. But this one right here was actually bouncing the flash off of the wall behind me. So this was the most incredibly dark room ever. So that's what I did. I went ahead and I put the light on top on my camera and I aimed it kind of 45 degrees back so it would bounce off the wall and kind of shower the entire room and give it that soft light and keep it kind of a natural look as opposed to really blasting them, right? And you can see the shadow here on the fan that kind of gives away the direction of the flash. This was reverted back to all natural light. Once again, if you look at my settings, that gives it away to 5000 ISO. I switched to my 50 1.2 here because the light was so dark. I'll show you here. This is what it looked like originally. This is edited, and I turned off all lights here. I didn't want to do flash for these. There was just enough light coming from that window that it gave a soft look to it. And yes, I applied denoise on here, so there's not as much noise or that grain, but you notice like it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful, soft, romantic little moment. And she was actually looking at the chapel where she was going to get married. Black and white version. Here is at the chapel. At the chapel was even darker, and the video team was asking me if I could refrain from using flash, so I did. And only because I knew we could still deliver beautiful images without flash. Otherwise, I would have been like, I'm sorry, but I have to. I'm going to do what I got to do for my couple, right? Here was a moment right after they put the rings on. I thought this special little moment. There was a big video light down at the bottom lighting up the whole chapel, and that's why you see these harder shadows back there. But I didn't mind. I thought it was kind of pretty. It's kind of a vibe. There, same photo right here, handhold. Not much directing during these moments, just kind of capturing those moments that kind of speak to me. And I like the square framing a lot more than I did on that other portrait frame right there. I thought this is a little more impactful. This is kind of how I saw it in my mind anyways when I shot it. The kiss moment, once again, no direction, just capturing as it goes. Baby, you do what you got to do. This is what it looked like with that big video light before and after. We're at 1600 ISO, 2.0, 250th of a second. Then walking out, you notice a light here, the direction because of their drop shadows and the brightness of them right there. Beautiful little moment again. Walking out, it was a short aisle, so not much happening. They had just passed a little waterfall from the roof leak right there. This is after we did family photos and everything in there. We cleared everybody out, and I wanted to do a couple of photos of them just sitting on one of the benches. I actually used like an LED like tube light from Nanlite to light this up. Just kind of held it up, boom, and just took it with my 1.2 at 1.2. And that was enough light for that shot because I was really close trying to capture that. But then trying to do these wider shots right here was a lot tougher for sure. You can't really get that same lighting with a tube light because it's a larger surface, and I wanted to not overexpose the window here. I wanted to have the color from the window in the picture. Yes, if I didn't do flash, I could have probably brought the exposure up and try to brush this back in, but it wouldn't look as good or natural. You would have had an overexposed window but a properly exposed couple, and the shadows would have been kind of nasty. Not only that, the tones, because the only light source was this thing up here and a couple of spotlights like that. So the shadows would have been weird. The skin tones would have been weird. A weird match of white balances. On top of that, you have the green hue from this window. So the skin tones were a mess. So to clean it up, nice and simple, one flash control with my X3 remote, the Godox remote on my camera, and I had my V1 on light stand just off camera left right here. Boom, up high, aiming down at them, and that's it. That's all it took, just one light right there, and that lit them up real nice, and it allowed me to keep my settings down low, therefore maintaining really good quality in the image and not much noise, and still retaining the detail in that window there. Like it in black and white too. That's pretty. This was a miracle. So as soon as we got back right before their grand entrance, they were about to walk down to do their grand entrance and be introduced to the whole wedding party, to the whole wedding, and it stopped raining. Like, well, it didn't stop raining. It was like the lightest sprinkle. It was like downpouring, boom, 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 and all of a sudden I look and it's just sprinkling, and I look at them as they're about to walk through that door, and I look at the planner and I'm like, can we have 5 minutes it just stopped raining. And she looked at me and the planner was like, yes, go. And the couple was like, yes, let's do it, please. So this is literally like, if you, where this walkway is coming from is like the entryway to their ballroom where they did their reception. I came in early. I found where the ballroom was going to be. I looked up and I had a plan. So I said to the video team, said, if we get even 2 minutes of light rain, this is what we're going to do. And I had this exact sequence already planned. I was going to tell him to walk through here, have her look over her shoulder, then turn around, walk back at us. I just really like this layout right here. I love how the lines are kind of all pointing towards them. They're framed nicely in this greenery there. And then we did a couple, I just cropped it square just because I like the square. And this is literally this line right here. So if you come down this way, down the stairs to the right, it extends into this wall of greenery. And I had them stop. We have some more shots of them walking kind of hand in hand, being playful and all that. And I had them stop and I had them stand next to each other, looking at the camera. And then I said, okay, I want you to kind of like cross your feet and turn to him and lean into him like you're gonna just like tiptoe up to him, give him a little kiss right there. And that's when we got this shot right there, looking at each other. Beautiful, beautiful moment. I really like that she's looking up because you don't get those shadows under eyes. It has a nice clean lighting coming from above. That was really pretty. And then we did this one as well. Same thing. I just wanted the rings to be showing on his chest. So I had him switch sides for that close up. And then I just told him to embrace each other, bring close, hands moving. And I want you to just look at each other, just stare into each other's eyes for a moment and just enjoy the fact that you pulled this off and that you got married and you're about to be introduced and hang out with your friends and family and just have a blast. So this is that moment right there. And I just thought this perspective was special when they just like started smiling at each other. So I just grabbed my camera and literally same exact thing, just over the shoulder. I wanted to get her looking at him and that smile. And that was really nice. First dance shot, this is right before the dip. There's a couple of the scenes. I just like this moment right here. Taking the dip bow right there. I thought this was a special little moment. I will say crazy overwhelming purple and orange lights everywhere. So I did use my flash. I had one off camera left up there AD 200 backlighting, and then I had one on camera right here to front light them real nice. I did try to pull as much ambient light as I could without washing out the lighting that was present there. And dance photo right here, slow shutter. You can see it's at 1/6 of a second, 5/6, 100, and then my flash directly at them with the power needed to expose correctly. And because of all those purple and pink lights everywhere, it made this cool little hazy effect I really liked. I think that we had a great time. They had a great time. The photos turned out great. And it literally, I will tell you right now, it was probably out of 12 years of photographing weddings, I have never shot a wedding in this crazy of conditions. Like I'm not even exaggerating. Look it up in the news. You'll find it. You'll see what happened. This is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane amount of rain that we got. It was just, I didn't even know if I was going to make it. I know I had a big truck and I was going to go through some big puddles, and I sure did. And we made it. So the fact that we pulled this off, I walked away feeling very proud, feeling very accomplished, and knowing that now anything else that comes my way, we can handle it. So yeah, super excited and hope this helps. I'm out.